The contract deadline for the United Auto Workers Union and three major U.S. automobile manufacturers is just 3 days away.
Not a long time. The UAW says 97% of members voted to strike if agreements cannot be reached with GM, Ford, and Stellantis by Thursday. Union President Shawn Fain has said an extension is not on the table. Holding the line there, but negotiators do say that there is still a large gap between what auto workers want and what automakers are offering. That's not good.
The union's demands include a 46% across-the-board pay increase, 32-hour work weeks with 40 hours of pay, restoration of pension plans for new hires, and cost of living adjustments.
Joining us now is former UAW spokesperson Brian Rothenberg. Brian, thank you very much for being here. From where you're sitting, could you help us understand why there seems to be such a large gap this particular time around? Because you guys have been through this before when it comes to what the makers are offering and the workers are asking for.
Well, you know, what it really comes down to, Tony, is that back during the 2008 recession, when they had to do an auto bailout, the UAW was forced to make significant concessions, most of them in the 2011 agreement that was imposed under the Bob King administration. And the reason for that is they didn't have the right to strike as part of the deal saving the companies when they went through bankruptcy. In the process of that, you know, a lot of things had changed, including making two tiers, changing the way the pension system works. And gradually through the 2015 and 2019 agreements, when I was there, we chipped away at getting back to them. But the companies are really, they're in a very good position in terms of profit. And so the current administration and the vice presidents on the board are saying this is the year we need to close some of these gaps. Now, the difference this year is that they're negotiating, and it's become a very public negotiation, as with all things in social media. And you can imagine, you know, Tony and Lilia, how awkward it would be to have your contract. These are employment agreements debated by everybody throughout the country. So it is awkward for those members, but ultimately these members get to vote on whatever terms are negotiated.
And Brian, talk to us about what a strike would mean. I mean, what would be the economic impact of a strike against all three automakers?
So there is a huge impact. I mean, if you think back to the impact of the auto industry, even during the pandemic, when then President Rory Gamble went to the companies and said, you know, would you put your own son there? Because at the time we didn't even have a vaccine, and they shut down. Almost all manufacturers in the country shut down, and that was the beginning of that effort to close down and then work our way back toward reopening. So the auto industry has tremendous, especially the big three, has tremendous power in terms of economics in this country. But it is a short-term thing. It would cost the companies, you know, billions of dollars. It cost GM over $1 billion when they had their strike in 2019. It was a 40-day strike. Nobody really wants to go there. But on the other hand, you know, they're negotiating in earnest at the table. The deadline is Thursday. A lot of times these things go right up to the final moment on Thursday. The most heated rhetoric was with Stellantis, which is the former Chrysler, you know, operation. And you're reading today that they made some progress over the weekend. There's a new Stellantis proposal coming out. And even the union at this point, the UAW, did not want to comment, which says to me that they're in serious negotiations at this point in time.
All right. Brian Rothenberg, thank you.
Thank you.